Yo, what's up guys, it's X-Rays and welcome back to a new episode of Best Class Setup. In today's episode we're going to be covering the best ninja class setup. Some of you guys are requesting this. I saw it as a comment. A few people actually tweeted me and asked me to do this one, so I thought it'd be a fun one to do. Now, I do want to mention there are a few things that I'm going to tell you guys to use, but I don't use them in this one just because I don't have them unlocked. It's one of the things that I did not like about Black Ops 2. But with that being said, let's talk about the score streaks that are going to be in this setup. You're going to be using the UAV and the counter UAV. If you want to use the orbital VSAT, feel free to do it. This setup is a little bit harder to use, so I didn't want to use something that was going to be too hard to reach. So an orbital VSAT takes quite a bit of time to get and quite a bit of skill running around with a handgun, etc. So if you don't feel like you can get an orbital VSAT, don't do it. I didn't feel like I could do it since I normally don't run this kind of class setup, so I just use a UAV and counter UAV so I could keep using them over and over. Rinse, lather, repeat, recycle, do whatever you want to do. Now with that being said, let's talk about the actual class setup. I'm going to go through everything and explain a little bit about why you want to use this and the best way to use this setup. So the first thing that we're going to use, we're not going to have a primary weapon. You don't want to do it because you want to save up as many points as you can for perks that are going to keep you off the map, quiet, etc. So you don't want to use a primary weapon. I do, however, recommend that you use a secondary because there are moments when you're trying to run around the map where you spot someone and you're just not close enough to knife. So you want to be able to have a weapon, even if it's just a short pistol to use against them. That's perfect. I would recommend that you use a silencer on that because the theme of this is ninja, and normally ninjas are very, very quiet. So you want to keep yourself nice and quiet, nice and stealthy. You're going to be using a suppressor to stay off of the radar when you're shooting the enemy. Last thing you want to do is you want to use the wildcard proficiency perk 1 greed. You're going to need this in order to be able to use the setup that I'm going to ask you guys right here. First one being lightweight. You want to use lightweight so you run around the map a lot faster. You need this especially if you're running around with a handgun or you're using a pistol, or if you're trying to knife people. You're going to need to move a lot quicker, so you're going to want to use the lightweight proficiency, the lightweight perk. The second perk you want to use from the tier 1 perk is you're going to want to use ghost. A lot of people are constantly getting UAVs in this game, so you want to be able to stay off the radar when you're running around trying to kill people. Again, the sense of this is to be as ninja as possible, as quiet. People don't see a ninja sneaking up on them, so you want to be nice and quiet, use the lightweight, and use ghost proficiency. The second tier perk that I recommend you guys use is Cold-Blooded. This is the perfect one for if people are using target finders or if they're trying to find you. This is the perfect one to stay off the radar from them as well, from any of them who are using the little target finder noobs. And you want, again, point to stay off the map, and that's the perfect one to use as well if anyone is using infrared scopes, etc. So the second one I would recommend, of course, is the Cold-Blooded proficiency. The third one I would recommend is actually Dead Silence. Whenever you're running around, you do make a sound, although in Black Ops 2 is not as dominant as it was in Infinity Ward games, but still you want to stay off the map. And if you want to not make any sound, the Dead Silence proficiency is the perfect one to use. Not a lot of people use awareness. This is the perfect one to run around. No noise is going to be made when you're walking over metal, when you're walking over wood, etc., and you're able to sneak up on people. Now with that being said, let's talk about our explosives, or our lethal and our non-lethal equipment. The lethal you want to use is the combat axe. You use this because there are times where you are just too far from the enemy, you might be out of ammo, etc., and you might want to be able to try to pick someone off rather quickly up in front of you at a little bit of a distance, and using the combat axe is the perfect one. It's quiet, you don't make any noise, you don't pop up on screen, and it's a perfect way to take someone out from a distance if you time it right and if you have good accuracy. If you don't have that, I would recommend that you don't use a lethal and instead use it as a third perk that you could use, or a second perk that you can use on a second level tier. But if you are good with the combat axe, then I would recommend you use that. Now as for the non-lethal or the tactical equipment you can use, I would recommend that you use smoke grenades. In this one I was using concussion just because I don't have the smoke grenade, but I would recommend that you do that. There are certain times where you have to run through the middle of the map. Using the smoke grenade keeps you quiet, keeps you nice and stealthy, and people won't be able to see you, especially if you're using the Cold-Blooded proficiency. People won't be able to see you with their target finders or their infrared scopes, etc., which is what they need to look through the actual smoke. But anyways, that's the class setup, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Best Class Setup. Let me know what kind of class setup you guys want to see next time. It could be anything. Leave it as a comment down below. If you guys have any suggestions for your very own ninja class setup, leave it down below as a comment down as well. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, remember to slap a like and a favorite. It helps the video get out there, and it helps the channel grow. And again, with that being said, if you guys are new and have not already subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. On my way to 30,000 subscribers, any help you guys could give me would be much appreciated. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. The X-Rays, I'm out. Peace.